Welcome back to Loveland Report and Lone Ranger Show. I am Cleve, Loveland, Central Florida's voice of real estate and best real estate planner. We've been giving you all of your news about interest rates. 2026, what's your real estate plan? Where are the rates going to go? I think we'll be in the fives, and I think we'll have an average in the fives by
I think
by,
that we're
by
going to
March
be in
or
the
April.
high fives. I do.
By
I
March
think
or April.
Yep.
Yep.
I think so.
Then we get a new Fed chief.
And we're getting a new, but I don't think that happens till May. So, but I think that things are going to start getting a little bit better. So, which is really a call to action. If you're thinking about refinancing and you're getting bombarded by 1,000 lenders trying to get you to refinance right now, call me. Let's get your application set up. Let's get everything ready to go. Start with a soft credit pull, no hard credit pull. Let's get your documents ready to go. So if that interest rate drops or when it drops, we're able to strike. You know, oftentimes those striking windows only last for 1 to 3 days. Did you know that? 1 to 3 days is your premium. So people think that they just last forever, but they don't always do that.
Funny story. When rates were down in the twos, I missed it one time, ended up at 3.25.
Yeah.
I missed it again when I was doing another one, ended up at 4.25 instead of 3.79 or 3.875.
Yep.
Bruce, real quick, I want to cover a luxury home. I want to start mentioning these. I do my goals 5 years out and talking about a luxury home. This one is gorgeous. Brand new home. This is right at Conroy Windermere and Apopka Vineland Road, Lake Down Reserve. $55.5 million for almost 7,000 square feet. Just an ultra modern house.
$5.5 million.
6-car garage. All the best features in this. You've got $7, $8, $9 million neighbors in the street. We talk about resale value. Yep. So one good reason to do that, but just a gorgeous gated neighborhood, brand new home. You get, and also, actually, I didn't know this, actually has a social membership to Isleworth Golf and Country Club with that. That's pretty good to come with that because it's not in Isleworth. It's right across the street.
Well, it ought to be for $5 million.
$5 million, it should have a lot of stuff coming up.
Should golf for me.
But let's talk about luxury financing for a while. Luxury, what are jumbo rates? Now, that's a super jumbo, obviously.
So jumbo rates are really not that much different than any conventional rate. They're still running in the low sixes right now. Yeah. And sometimes some people may look at adjustable rates. It's about the only time I look at adjustable rates is when we're into jumbo, but I still don't really advise ARMs in this market.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of banks love to sell the ARMs, but I don't think they're the right thing for
they do that so because they got the person trapped and the person's going to come back in 3 or 5 years. Yeah.
It's 100% of a trap.
Yep.
It's being sold as a benefit to you, but it's not a benefit to you.
But here's the thing on luxury homes. I mean, structuring the deal. Where's the financing come from? What's it look like? And then like I see, especially it's funny. I'll see some homes sometimes. The seller goes, well, you checked my market up to 500,000. What about above 500? I'm like, your price is 450. I'm not worried about anybody that high.
No,
that's probably not your buyer.
It's not a competitor.
In the luxury price range, I see people that are priced at 3 million that should be 2.
Sure.
And it's good because there's always, especially at that price point, you can find a realtor who goes, oh my God, yes, I can sell it for that. Well, but you got to be based in fact, and you've got to look at what's selling around you. And then it's funny, these homes still sell usually within 3-4% of list price. It's not like they come off $500,000.
Oftentimes on a price point like that, you've got a client putting down 20-30%. My biggest competitor, I'm going to just be vulnerable with you. My biggest competitor when it comes to high-end properties like that,
probably their financial advisor, right?
Cash.
Okay. Yeah.
It's cash.
Yep.
I'm competing against cash. Now, first of all, I don't know why I would have to compete against cash because I can put my money in the S&P 500 right now and make 11.8%.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't even have to touch it. I don't even need a broker to manage it. I can put it in there. Why do I want to pay cash for a $5 million house? That money would make you way more money than what it's going to cost you to finance it.
Yep.
So sometimes I had a client wanting to pay off their mortgage at 2.5% because they came into some money. I'm like, why would you want to do that?
I just had 2 clients. I gave them the numbers on their house, talking about retirement in a couple of years. I said, go back to your advisor, see if he wants you to pay him off. Now, one had a house they just bought 3 years ago at 6.5, and they came into some money. And so that one they might want them to pay off or pay down or maybe
recast
it. And the other one only had 3.5 or 4% on theirs, just under 4%. That one, the advisor's like, no, don't touch it.
I would not touch that property. No way. I wouldn't even do it for 4.5. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't pay it down. Why would you want to do that when you can make money in the market right now? It just doesn't make sense. But here's the fact. A lot of Americans, and I'm not pointing anybody out, but a lot of Americans do not know how to manage their money.
No,
they don't.
Nope.
They don't know if you asked them, hey, what kind of rate of return are you getting on your 401k with your company? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of return are you getting on your IRAs? I don't know. The only thing they know their rate of return on is if they bought a CD at a high yield and they're making 5.25%, which is not high yield, folks. Okay.
Yep.
That's poor investing.
One of my goals with my work, is turn people into millionaires. And
Mine
nowadays
too.
that's only own 3 houses, work
Yeah.
on getting them paid off.
3 to 5 homes, you can become very
Sometimes
wealthy.
depends on if you got a really nice primary, you might
You
only need 2.
Yes.
So, but I love the passive, let's call it semi-passive income of rental properties. And
Yes.
I had called a landlord the other day. He's like, "What's wrong?" I go, "I'm just calling you for a review." He's like, "What's wrong?" He goes, Nothing's broken. Nothing's broken. I think this tenant's good. I think we can raise the rent on them a little bit. We're going to try that." They said they want to stay. They've never been late. The house looks good. We went through the pictures, doesn't need any improvements right now. We might need somebody to trim trees next year, things like that. And I went over the values like, wow, I didn't know they'd gone that high. So, and he's been one of my landlords for over 10 years, but it's just, I review that with him and he's almost got that house paid off.
Yeah.
So, and that'll be a $400,000 asset paid off,
beautiful,
paying him 25 grand a year after expenses.
I'm telling you, buying real estate and holding real estate is probably the easiest way to accumulate wealth. It's going to grow for you. And with the market being soft is a prime time to get into the market right now. And another thing for all you self-employed folks out there, listen, tax season's coming about. I've got great programs for self-employed people that are going to write all their income off. Okay. I know who you are. I see you every day. You have creative accountants. You're going to make good money and you're going to write it all off so you don't pay taxes. You know what? Good for you. You go get it. You're doing great.
Well, here's the problem. Are they all that money they didn't pay in taxes? Do they invest that?
Well, if they didn't invest it, then again, I tell you, Americans are poor money investors in general. And a lot of the time, you don't even know who to trust. Can you trust your financial advisor that they're not just selling you a bunch of garbage? Because I guarantee you, if you go to your bank, it's probably the worst place you can get financial advice.
Yep.
Is your bank.
Yep.
They're going to try to get you into a high yield money market account. It's not high yield. Okay. Let's just talk about high yield would be 20%.
Those rates are coming down again. Yeah.
High yield is 20%, not 4.99.
Well, I'm looking forward to 2026. This is my busiest October, November, December, Bruce, I've had probably in 3-4 years.
It's definitely
since the craziness of COVID and multiple
up.
offers and dealing with, it was funny. One house it sold really quick, but it was a lot of work and it's funny. There's an art to multiple offers. I had somebody the other day going, "What if we get multiple offers?" I'm like, "I'm your man. I know how to do this.
You know how to handle
stir everybody into a frenzy." And I had it happen this year. Out of all the homes I sold, maybe 5% of the time when they were really pretty. It's one of the articles I got right here, but I had that happen, and you got to stir people into a frenzy. You got to see who's going to get back to you. You got to call every realtor that sent you an offer and say, "Hey, can you improve your offer?" If it was
takes
me,
work, doesn't it?
It takes work. But what's funny is 3/4 of the realtors never call me back. Right. And then half of those will call me going, "Hey, what happened to my offer?" I'm like, "Don't you check your voicemail? You check your email? I replied to you. There was multiple offers. You lost it." And what's sad is family, their client doesn't know that happened. And unless they start digging it, unless they call the listing agent and say, "Hey, why did my offer not get accepted?" And I've had buyers call me a little upset about their offer not coming through, or, "Hey, we've been trying to buy this house for a couple of days." And I tell them, "Hey, your agent's not calling me back. So you need to rattle their cage or call their boss." So
listen, I want to talk about a couple of builders, Trinity Family Builders and Hardison Homes. So Trinity Family Builders, communities throughout Central Florida. If you are looking for new construction, I promise you, their new construction is going to outshine your production builders by a long shot. And they will pay up to $35,000 towards your closing costs. That you can do buy downs. You can get that rate way down. You can even buy it down into the 3s or 4s. If you'd like to use that money for buy downs, Trinity Family Builders, communities throughout Central Florida, call me, call Cleve. We'll get you in to see the communities. Don't go to a builder without your representation. As soon as you do, you can no longer bring your realtor into the fold. So don't ever do that. You're not going to pay more because you have a real estate agent. Second builder, we're working with Hardison Homes right now. They've got Apopka, beautiful communities in Apopka,
DeLand, go out to Ocoee, Eustis,
Yeah.
And
And St. Cloud.
St. Cloud.
Yeah.
And what's happening there, this is a townhome builder starting in the high twos, depending on which community. Single family homes in Eustis, which are great.
Really nice.
And then single family homes along Lake Apopka off the 429, the area between Ocoee and Apopka is growing together. And there's some beautiful homes in there. Their upgrades are great. The floor plans are great. It's a great community.
You can get townhomes in the 200s.
Yep.
In the 200s. And these are nice townhomes. I went out and visited Kim out there in Eustis, and right off 441 and 19, very close, excellent proximity. You can get anywhere you want to go from there. You call me, you call Cleve, we'll get you connected with Artisan Homes, and I guarantee you're going to love what their products look like. So call Cleve at 407-352-8118 or cleveloveland.com. You can call Bruce Woodburn, the Lone Ranger, at 407-250-9144 or WeBringYouHome.com.
Couple things I want to mention, Bruce. Home buyers survey out by one of the big real estate companies talking about how home buyers are not settling for less. A couple things come into play here. This is why the property needs you need my 50-point staging checklist. It's free. I'll help you with what to do to your house. But buyers, they're busy. Usually both mom and dad is working.
Yes.
And the properties that, let's say it needs carpet, and you're like, oh, let the buyer pick the carpet. Or it needs a paint job. It's got handprints on the walls and all scuffed up, or the flooring's bad, or the kitchen cabinets are falling apart. Buyers think that costs 4 times what it does really to fix it. Now, if you are a buyer and you can see through that, I've got the people, I can help you with that. I got the people to do that. But the homes that are cream puffs, Mr. and Mrs. Clean live there. They're perfectly staged and great condition and well-maintained. Those sell faster.
Yeah, of course.
And they get more. Buyers just think flooring costs 20 grand, and that's what's in their head. That's their objection they throw up. I'm not going to chip up that tile and do all this. I know exactly how much it costs to take up tile, put down laminate, put down more tile. I can give you the cost on that. You can do a reno loan. Has that money padded in. So make sure your house is prepped right. Call me if you're thinking about selling in 2026. I can help you with that. The other thing is buyers, make sure we do a lot of open houses. My agents do on their houses, on my listings. And they have so many buyers come through, and we ask them, have you signed your buyer broker agreement? Okay. And most of them haven't. They say, oh, we're looking with a realtor. Now they could be fibbing. I don't know. Or they could, but you've got to get this buyer broker agreement. Know what you're doing. You list your house, you're hiring somebody, but on the buyer broker agreement, make sure of one thing. If you are hiring somebody, be clear on your numbers, what you're paying that person, and then be clear on how you fire them. Article now, lawsuits are coming through. Broker sued and got paid $24,000. So that's probably an $800,000, $900,000 home.
Sure. They
had signed a buyer broker agreement and went and bought something without the realtor. Whether they chose another, they bought it through another. So
you don't have any penalty. If they don't like you, they don't like what you're doing, they can fire you.
If I'm not meeting people's expectations and I'm not explaining to them, or we're not taking care of them, and my agents are full-time, I know their schedules. I know their days off. If I'm off for a day or two, my agents are working. We have coverage. I got a big team that helps me do all this. So very important, your numbers on that. Just like with you. I mean, if somebody's talking, it's funny. This is the call you get. I probably get it 50 times a week. What's your rate?
Yeah, of course. I don't know. What's your score? How much you putting down? What kind of loan do you need?
All those things. That's why it's worthwhile. Have an appointment. This is a big financial decision. Come
sit
down
with Bruce and go through it. It's not a bait and switch, and it's not avoiding the question. Quite frankly, I think that lenders that spit out rates are more of a bait and switch, because I can do that too. You could call me up and say, hey, what's your rate today? Oh, I can get you 3.75%. Really? Yeah, I can. We just have to get a seller to pay the closing costs. You wanted a 3-1 buy down.
You wanted a 30? Oh,
yeah. Well, I mean, and that's what lenders do. When you see this stuff on the interweb, if you believe it, well, I don't even want to say, you know the truth. The internet is full of truths, right? And full of lies. So listen, you want somebody that's reputable, check out my reviews. I got 5-star reviews. Zillow, check it out. Google, check it out. Yelp, check it out. My reviews are 4.9 and 5 stars. Why? Because I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do. I'm going to get you the best that we can get. Hey, we got to give out numbers. We got to go.
407-352-8118, cleveloveland.com. Have a Merry Christmas, and we'll be here next weekend.
Yeah, or the Lone Ranger at 407-250-9144 or WeBringYouHome.com. Merry Christmas to all of you. We'll see you next week.